been following the scandal. I haven't actually spoken out on it because it's just so ridiculous. As we talk about the bigotry towards heterosexual couples, I'm sure you guys have been following the scandal. I haven't actually spoken out on it because it's just so ridiculous. Candace Cameron Bure, she works over now at a network called Great American Family, and she was giving an interview in the Wall Street Journal, and she talked about how happy she was that she worked for a network that would be putting traditional marriages on display. Great, amazing. It's so unique nowadays to see traditional marriage and values on display, to see Christian values on display at all, that she should be proud to work with a network that is okay with that, right? Now every network is going the other direction. They're like, you gotta have something lesbian, gay, trans, whatever, but she's proud to work there. And this caused an absolute firestorm. That people are saying, I can't believe she said this. Chief among them, by the way, is a girl, probably saying her last name wrong, JoJo Siwa. She used to be on that dance competition show. I actually watched her on that dance competition show. She was super likable. She then went on to have a very lucrative YouTube career because she appeals to children and she's sparkly and great. All of these things are happy for her, but she's come out now as a lesbian a few years ago, and she has a girlfriend. And so now she thinks that what we want to hear from her, rather than her just making kids have fun, is how much of a lesbian she is. And she has attacked Candace Cameron Bure. This is the second time she's attacked her. The first time she attacked her, it was because Candace Cameron Bure did not see her at an event, and she took it as a personal attack. Personally, I think JoJo Siwa has feelings for Candace Cameron Bure. She's got some fascination with her. Candace Cameron Bure apologized for not seeing her at an event and reached out to her and was very kind and accepting. But now JoJo Siwa is again mad at her, Candace Cameron Bure, because Candace Cameron Bure likes traditional marriages. Yeah, she likes traditional marriages like you like untraditional marriages. You are constantly promoting your fact that you're a lesbian. Why can't Candace Bure promote the fact that she is a Christian conservative? Oh, I know why, JoJo, because you're a bigot. You think you're accepting, but you're actually a bigot, right? You guys have got every letter under the sun, LGBTQ, RSTUV. Well, how about an H in there for heterosexual? How about a C in there for Christian and conservative? Can you guys fit a little more room in your alphabet soup to be accepting toward people who do not live that way, who do not have homosexual marriages? Nobody yells at you for doing your YouTube channel and talking about your lesbian relationship with your girlfriend every 5 seconds. Maybe you could leave her alone for the work that she does and saying that I would also like to put the way that I live on display. It is miraculous to me that people like JoJo Siwa cannot see their own hypocrisy, that they think that the only way that people have to live is exactly like them, which far from making them accepting, JoJo, it makes you a bigot. So leave Candace Cameron Bure alone. She's just not that into you. All right, guys, the next portion of the show is going to be available exclusively on Daily Wire Plus. I'm going to be talking about a strange Twitter account called Pup Ravage, where members of the army are posting photos of themselves in pup play kink.
Okay. Why? Let me blow myself up a little bit. See if I can blow myself up a little bit here. They won't let me blow myself up. Maybe if I tap this. Maybe if I tap that. They won't let me do it. Okay. First of all, why are so many actors and musicians going gay? I think what's going on is that this fact that's happening exposes the gay community, the gay lesbian community, because I think what happens is when you get into anything that is that hurts you, like people don't want to admit, like for example Jodie Foster, when she did The Accused. She didn't want to admit. Probably. I'm on the outside looking in. I'm not saying these are facts. But somewhere between there and now, and all the credit she got and winning awards for doing that very graphic movie, which I watched like 3 times over within between now and the years. I think the last time I watched that was back in 2016. It was on, I forget whether it was on Netflix or where it was at, but it's on YouTube. That's what it was. It was on YouTube Originals or something like that back in 2016, and I watched it again. And I didn't watch the whole thing because the first couple times I watched it, I basically memorized it. The scene was, like I've watched movies where, women got raped and you could tell that it was made to be sensual. But the way Jodie Foster got raped in that movie, The Accused, you can't smile at that when you watch it. It was so perfectly played out. It was so graphic. It was so... And if a woman does get raped in a bar by a bunch of guys, which in my personal opinion, unless everybody in the bar, including the women and the managers and everybody are in on it, would nobody spend more than a minute raping somebody in a bar? I mean, you want to do your business and get out of here, like, taking a piss in a mob bathroom. You just want to hurry up and get out of there. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing, get out of here. You don't want to, like, take your time and get as many guys in on it as you can, okay? Like these knuckleheads did, but out of all the rape movies I've watched that were sensual, like I watched, I Spit on Your Grave, the first one. Now, a lot of you millennials, y'all seen the new one. The new one is like bad acting compared to the first one. The first one was very, very, very like Jodie Foster in The Accused. It was very, very, very... I mean, it started off sensual. And then it became very, very sad at the end. And then you also felt at the end, when she cut the guy's whacker off in the tub, okay? You felt like, my girl, go, 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 you get him, girl, And to me, as a Christian, some of these things are too graphic. Like, I mean, Jodie Foster was played out in The Accused, but I Spit on Your Grave, they showed everything. Like, the old one, I'm not talking about the new one. And then the new one is stupid, like, they didn't really show what she did. Like, they made it seem like she did something to deserve being raped or something. I don't know. It was dumb to me. I didn't watch that. I only watched a piece of it. And then I let it go because when I watched it, I forget where I watched it, but where I watched it, I had to pause it and come back later because I was on my way to work or something. And when I got back, I decided not to watch it. It was like, after seeing the commercials to it and that, it was kind of stupid to me. The, what do you call them? The clips. The premieres to it and stuff like that. It was kind of stupid. But my point is, why are all these women, mainly women, some men too, but mainly women, they get into these positions? I saw Halle Berry. I thought this man, Halle Berry, Now, I don't know how old this is. I don't think it was recent. I think it was a couple years ago. But Halle Berry, after all the, she admitted how she felt about doing, the one movie. Was it the Monsters Ball or something like that? I forget what you call it, where she had that graphic sex in the living room with that one dude. She went through a very, very hard time dealing with that after she did that. She talked about that in different documentaries and stuff where she that was hard for her to do. Now, just the other day, I don't know how old this clip is. Ellen DeGeneres, she had Halle Berry on her show. I think it goes back a couple years. She had Halle Berry on her show. Should have seen the comment section. But Halle Berry, I thought this guy was coming on the show to propose to Halle Berry to ask her to marry him or something. No, he comes on there with 3 other guys and they strip in front of Halle Berry and they put their pelvises all up in her face right on the Ellen DeGeneres show with her perverted self. Okay. And it wasn't staged. I mean, it was something that Ellen DeGeneres set her up. But it was because she said something to Halle Berry said something to Ellen DeGeneres about some part in the movie she played with this guy or something like that. And, Halle Berry was just being, what do you want? She was just being, what's the word for it? She was just being, trying to think of the word. Where's my timer at? Where'd I do with it? My timer's not here. I don't see my timer. Lord, I better be recording. Here it is. Okay, it's recorded. But she wasn't expecting this. This is my point. I'm sure Halle Berry wasn't expecting this. She knew these guys were capable of this. But she wasn't expecting this. Ellen DeGeneres set her up for that. And, Halle Berry's going to play it off like, what do you think I am? Like, she's going to play it off. But I know when she goes home, she has to pour herself a glass of expensive, liquor and look in the mirror and say, what the F they think I am? Like, look at me. I'm Halle Berry. If I want to suck somebody's, thing, I'll just ask for it. I'll just demand it. I'll just say, come here, baby. You know what I mean? Like, why you have to do this? I understand Halle Berry to be somebody that got caught up in a lot of things that go on in Hollywood. Okay? I mean, the shows she's played on, they always putting her with a white dude. They never put her with a black dude. It's always white guys. Maybe because Halle Berry naturally dates white guys. I don't know. But, black men are always talking about Halle Berry, but you never see her with a black guy. You see her with white guys. And I guess she's not married now. She's never married. Did she ever marry? I don't know. Maybe she was married and went through a divorce. I think she went through a divorce without really knowing that. I believe she went through a divorce in the height of her career. But I think her life changed after some of the episodes she did in the beginning of her career like that. That one movie she did, in the living room with the dude, oh, make me feel good, and they, stripped her clothes off and he bent her over the couch and, y'all know what movie I'm talking about because y'all watch it over and over again with your perverted selves. I know y'all love, that's the part of Halle Berry, that's the only part of Halle Berry that makes sense to you. You know what I mean? But what I want to say is that all these women going gay, and then Halle Berry letting these guys do the Chippendale thing with her on a, Ellen DeGeneres show, like she needs somebody, like she's so she's so much lacking some cock, excuse my French, that she needs somebody to shake their thing in her face. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are they putting these women through this? And they don't ask these women if they have morals about these things before they do. And I know Halle Berry is one that does. I know Lisa Bonet, was one that did when she did Angel Heart or whatever. Where she, where she got her kicked off the Bill Cosby show, where she cut the head off the chicken and had sex with all these guys or whatever. On a film, it was pretty graphic, not as graphic as, what's her name? Jodie Foster getting raped in the bar. But my thing is, it seems today in Hollywood that a lot of women, when they start to grow in their careers, they become lesbians. Why is that? Okay? Why is that? And these are just two of the things I want to ask in this little quick video I'm doing right here. Is that, number one, women becoming lesbian when they go through things in life exposes the gay community. I mean, even Jesse Lee Peterson had a young girl on his show, and in the middle of the show, he finally asked her, why was she gay? Why was she, with women all of a sudden? When she first started her career, she was with a man. She bragged about her boyfriend like her boyfriend was the only thing that mattered. All of a sudden, she breaks up with her boyfriend. She gets on Jesse Lee Peterson's show. She talks about how her boyfriend was abusive. Not abusive so much physically, but the way he treated her. And she says, but instead of saying, oh, this is what led me to be a lesbian, she says, but then, I dumped him. And, one day I met a girl and I found out that being a lesbian is where I want to be. Okay. And Jesse Lee's like, yeah, right. Okay. Lesbianism is where you want to be because you're done with men, not because you really enjoy being with a lesbian as much as you enjoy what could be a good male-female relationship. And it's the same way with this girl that Candace is talking about. Like, it isn't until women start climbing the ladders and being asked to do, like, crazy things, you know what I mean? Like, Like, even guys like Justin Bieber started off really good when he first started singing, you know what I mean? But then as time went on, everybody was coming after Justin. The LGBTQ community was trying to convert him into something he didn't want to be converted into. Now, the good thing about Justin Bieber is Justin Bieber said no. But they was always saying something gay about Justin Bieber. Who knows? Maybe he did some gay things, and there's no way to prove it in the media. But in the media, he fought very well. And when you got a guy that's like a pretty boy like Justin Bieber, especially in his younger years, you know what I'm saying? And he always got a girlfriend. You know what I mean? No matter what he's going through, all that stuff he went through, he managed to have time. Even right now, some of the stuff he's going through, he manages to have time to have a girl. And I think he's married now. Don't quote me. Did he get married? I'm not sure. But I know the woman that he's with now is supposed to be his really special one. I think they got married. Don't quote me. But I remember the women that he was with in the past. They were just like, it was kind of like the Michael Jackson thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was kind of like the Michael Jackson thing where, Michael Jackson was with Brooke Shields. They got married on Sunday and was divorced on Monday or something like that. You know what I mean? They were just together for publicity, and then it was over, But the woman that Michael had kids by, it's like, she don't look like Michael's type. You know what I mean? I can understand why she wants to sit there and say that she's the one, she just wanted to give Michael children. No, you wanted to give Michael children because you were the only one that could, you know, you basically slept with Michael. You were the one that was able to get Michael to do something, and the poor man feels molested by you or something. Michael wouldn't explain why he don't want to be with her. But, you know, she talked about how she loved Michael and she's the mother of his children, but she wants him to do this on his own. She had sex with him to give him children. That, you know, don't say stuff like that. It makes you sound like a whore. You know what I mean? Even though you're giving them children still. You know, no love in between all that. And then she broke down because, you know, and they incriminated that guy that interviewed Mike because he kept on trying to, like, you know, congratulate Mike, but then he would turn around and call him a child molester and all that kind of stuff too behind his back, and that got out in the media too. He's playing both sides. But the woman, the last woman Michael was with, he finally broke down and said, well, you know, it didn't work out, just like it didn't work out with Brooke Shields, but Mike wanted children, and it was kind of like she was giving Mike children, hoping that Mike would fall in love with her or something. That's what it looked like to me. If she lay down with Mike, and Mike lay down with her for the sake of having children, you know. Now, my ex-wife believes that Michael was messing around with Quincy Jones. They insinuated that on Mojo, too. They insinuated that Mike might have been messing with Quincy Jones, but I told my wife, you know, she was off her rocker. She don't know that. But, see, that was before, I didn't pay attention to all that stuff about Quincy Jones like she did. She paid attention to that stuff to the T. That was a long time ago. I didn't. But I don't pay attention to secular stuff that much, period. Ask me something about, you know, a popular Christian preacher that everybody loves, and we might have something. But in closing, the other thing I want to ask is, like she mentioned this girl Jody or whatever, Candace Owens, or JoJo rather. Why do first of all these women, especially, and it's more with women than it is with men, why do women go lesbian as they become famous? Why do they go lesbian the minute they go through something while becoming famous? Okay? Like, I listen to a lot of songs. I was listening to a song by Dion something. She's one of my favorite singers, female singers in the whole wide world. I just uploaded her song. I don't know how old or new it is. Called I'm Alive. I love that song. I play it like 5 times a day. Every time I play it, I have to repeat it because it's so smooth. It's just smooth. And now, after listening to it over and over again, I finally understand what the lyrics are saying. She's singing about a child. I'm thinking, what kind of man you singing about that when he calls for you, you feel like you're alive? Like, and then I realized she's singing about a baby. That's what she's singing about. Either she just had a baby, or the song goes back a couple years or a few years, 4 years or whatever. I didn't look at the timestamps, but I just discovered the song because that's how I find music. I watch movies, and then there's always this track at the end of some of these movies, and it's like, wow, okay, I gotta find out what that song is because I really loved it. I knew I recognized the voice, but I didn't recognize the song. You know, and I recognize Dion in a few songs that she does. I have other songs of hers on my playlist too. But anyway, like, why do all these women why are all these women becoming lesbian the minute they become famous or the minute they start to go through something while they're becoming famous, which you're going to go through something. Brace yourself. I mean, that's life. That's natural. Okay? Let me know in the comment section. Number 2. Why do LGBT people have to put their sexual, adventures on blast? Like, why do we need to know that JoJo decided to go gay? Why is it our business? Okay? Why did Ellen DeGenerate with her gay self, need to blast it on TV that Halle Berry said something sexy about this dude? So he gonna bring 3 of his buddies on there. They gonna pull their pants down, shake their pelvises with nothing on but a Speedo in their face and all this stuff, trying to imitate the Chippendales. I mean, why? Why does this stuff go on? If someone's going to say something to me, talk about what I'm talking about. I want to talk about stuff. I want to know what the other side is seeing when they see this stuff. I mean, even if you're stupid, confirm that you're stupid. Like, if you think that, what's wrong with some stranger, your coworker pulling his pants down and shaking his meat in your face? Did he have a big one? Did he have a bulge? What's going on? What's wrong with that? That's just like a lot of women today. They'll sit there and talk about men having one thing on their mind, but when, they see something on TV where a man treated a woman like he had one thing on her mind. Woo! 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 You know what I'm saying? And I think women do it as a way to tease, and then, like, women want to talk about, you women want to talk about, big, how well hung a man is, okay, out of exactly nowhere. Do you realize how many of us are well hung? I mean, there's a lot of men that's well hung, but there's also a lot of women not sleeping with men that are well hung. You would think they were well hung the way people treat them, but they're not. But it's not like there's all these women out here that don't have men that are well hung, okay? I'm pretty sure that if they're sexually promiscuous, they're meeting men that are well hung. I mean, how could they not be, right? But yet, they're always, and I think they do that to make the men that are not well hung feel a certain way. Okay? But at the same time, they want to see what the men that are well hung are going to do, or what men in general are going to do when they act like that. You know what I'm saying? But yet, if I was to say, or if me and a bunch of guys were talking about a woman's breasts and how nice her rack was, oh, we're just being perverted, we got one thing on our mind, it's not okay. Women would totally look down at us. But, when a man hears a woman say, compliment the idea that a man might be well hung, the first thing he wants to do is say, hey, baby, you want well hung? I'm well hung. You know what you want to do? You want to get together tonight? I mean, these things confuse me. You know what I'm saying? Like, the way women, this is why I'm a Christian. Because I can't make sense of this stuff without Jesus. I mean, I can't make sense of any of this from, I got stopped. I got stopped. Shit. Oh, no, I didn't. Am I on? Yeah, I'm still on. Okay. I can't make sense of this from a secular standpoint, is what I'm saying. I can only make sense of this through Jesus, because Jesus warned us of all these things. Just like in the Bible, all the women that were queens were also they treated sex like sex was something that their slaves did for them. Like, you know, like Jezebel, for example. Jezebel was married to Ahab, but if she wanted to lay down with another man, or you know, if she wanted to lay down with another man, that was all part of show business. And Ahab was, you know, just going to accept that as the coward, you know, pagan king he was. And at the same time, it was not so much that she wanted, it was not even about sex. It was more about power. And that's why Jezebel was constantly in every church and denomination preached about, because she was not about sex, but she used sex. The Bible says she taught her maidens fornication. She taught fornication like we do in the world today. Like, you know, Ellen DeGeneres can't get no penis because she's gay, and no man want to sleep with her or wish he was a dude looking self. Okay? But she'll try to get other women, you know, some penis that she ain't getting. You know what I'm saying? But this does not surprise me from a Christian standpoint, because y'all know we're bigots. We judge everybody. Okay? My Bible judges everybody and everything, because all the answers are in there. But from a secular standpoint, from your standpoint, I do not get it. Like, and it bothers me. It really bothers me that none of y'all go, wow, what the heck was that? Why did that happen to Halle Berry? Like, why is Beyonce and Jay-Z doing this? What the heck is going on with Kanye in that outfit that he did with Alex Jones? Like, why is Kanye changing like this? Why, you know, the people that come to my channel and think that I'm something that they need to address, they're not talking about this stuff. They rather come over here and lay some stupid rhetoric. But this stuff is going on, and it's really serious. And it's not funny. It's not just show business. It's abuse. It's not just show business. It's illicit sex that is hurting people. When you have to go gay, and you can get any man you want, and you have to become a lesbian, something went wrong. You don't become a lesbian at 30, 40 years old unless something went wrong. Jodie Foster became a lesbian when? This JoJo girl became a lesbian when? Who in Hollywood became a lesbian at 12, 16? Nobody became a lesbian without going out there and experimenting with premarital sex first. Nobody became a lesbian without going out there and experimenting with premarital sex first. Didn't no virgin go out there and become a lesbian. I know some teenagers that think they lesbians and they ain't never had sex yet. But did I say virgins? I know some teenagers that think they lesbians and yet they're still virgins. That's what I meant to say. Okay? But nobody is going out there becoming gay or lesbian until they've laid down with members of the opposite sex. Something went wrong. Something happened. My friend Eric, I tell you about in several videos, That boy had kids. He left behind a son and a daughter when he died. Now, where did he get it up for a woman? I'd like to know. But he left behind a son and a daughter that he was not having anything to do with. It was just something he did, and the mother didn't want him around, and he was glad she didn't want him around. He didn't care a squat about them kids. He didn't talk about them. I found out from the grapevine about this. Okay? This is what I hate about the LGBTQ community. This is why the LGBTQ community is going to burn in hell. Because it's one thing to really, really honestly be gay. But when pain makes you gay and nobody's addressing it, when abuse makes you gay and nobody's addressing it, okay? When you're asked by Hollywood, to do certain films and so forth, okay, that you don't want to do and you do it anyway, and the pain makes you become gay. You know, how dare them try to say that Terry Crews is gay because he exposed Hollywood. He admitted that this guy was grabbing his crotch right in front of his wife at a dinner party or whatever. So they want to say, oh, well, Terry Crews he must be gay and he must be a coward. You know, like 50 Cent's going all in on Terry Crews. Get the heck out of here, man. Maybe you need to quit singing about gangster crap, 50 Cent, and get into, you know, Terry Crews is a loving husband and a loving father. What you doing with your kid? Nothing. You got your kid putting you on blast on network television and YouTube, and you still ain't spending time with that kid. Anyway, I'm out of here because I don't know what this was doing. I think this stopped and re-recorded 3 times. I'm not sure. I know I'm way over 30 minutes. So, thank you for watching. I am DeRoy Cruz, your life applications officer. But I'm going to say it one more time. When it's one thing to be gay and really, really be gay and know that the person that you're going to spend your life with is going to be same sex. Okay? Do you, boo-boo? I hate saying that, but everybody else is saying that. I think I would say, hey, do hell, baby. Dude, you love hell? Hey, you go knock yourself out. But do you, boo-boo? But this is what I'm saying. When this stuff comes from pain and no one's talking about it. No one's saying, hey, Jodie Foster, seriously, though, did you becoming gay have anything to do with that rape scene you did in The Accused? Hey, Halle Berry, the stuff that you've been through, you know, is this why you're all of a sudden talking sexy stuff? Like, and you think ain't nobody going to shake their, you know, anaconda in your face? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what made you talk about this with a dyke like Ellen DeGeneres in the first place? Like, nobody's talking about this stuff, and it kills me. Because if you're going to, like I said this in other videos, if you're going to be gay, what are the guidelines for the gay community? You have none. Atheism, you have none. Only the Christians have guidelines in their community. When we do wrong, we know that our brothers and our sisters are going to tell the world we ain't a Christian, that we screwed up, that we need to repent, that we need to get right with God. But you guys, oh, well, you know, whatever this guy's doing, you know, that's him, you know, whatever the atheists dude, you know what I mean? He's a good friend of mine. I can call him on the phone and ask him right now, but I don't know, whatever he doing. I don't know, whatever he doing. You know, yeah, she wasn't gay. That's fine with me. I don't know why, but you know that, hey, it happens. You know, no, it doesn't just happen. It doesn't just happen. This stuff comes from pain. And pain is what's going on in the gay community. And you say, well, you know, these Christians are bigots because they think that it's wrong to be gay. It's wrong for you to do stuff from pain. You went through emotional / physical pain and it made you just turn, and it's like a suicide. You know, even trans stuff, it's like a suicide. And what's crazy about trans people, I'm closing, is that they were already feeling depressed when they became trans. When they decided to make the decision to become trans, and then all of a sudden they become trans, and what? Now they're depressed, they're ready to commit suicide. And as they get on YouTube, and that's all they talk about, is trans. Well, I'm a trans woman. You don't want nobody calling you a trans woman, but you keep getting on YouTube calling yourself a trans woman. I don't get it. Like, maybe if you didn't talk about being trans so much, maybe you wouldn't be so depressed. Why don't you just accept for yourself that you have decided that you are a trans woman or a woman, but not try to pull everybody in your web of dispensation? How about that? But I am D. Roy Cruz. I am your life applications officer. Thank you for watching. And I'm going to find out what I got going on here. I don't know if this is recorded right or not, but because you know I suck at doing this kind of stuff. When it comes, I suck at technical stuff. So, but I will see you soon in another video. We're going to talk about 10 things that, 10 myths about Christianity. That's coming up this week. So God bless you. D. Roy Cruz, your life application officer, signing off. See you soon.